Hometown Discoveries Las Vegas is a local weekend morning show featuring the people, events, and companies that make Las Vegas the place to live, shop, work, and play. This week we have the amazing Red Rock Canyon as our backdrop for Hometown Discoveries Las Vegas. You'll meet Richard Hanseen, who'll help us gain clarity on our financial future.
This is your whole future. If you think about it, you're going to retire when you're 65 or 70 years old, and age expectancies are to 100.
Kathy August, Park Ranger, who'll be talking about the celebrities we may run into at Red Rock. Next up is Branch Whitney with the scoop on hiking here at Red Rock.
Well, what inspired me to become a hiking expert is there really wasn't any good information back in '96. I came out to Red Rock like everybody else did, wanted to climb these peaks, and there were no books. So I'd written a couple books before, so I decided to write a book and got it published, and that led to me becoming an expert, to share the knowledge that I had. Well, the first book I wrote was back in 1997. It was called Hiking Las Vegas. And it was really the first book to cover the Red Rock area and also Mount Charleston. And it had 40 hikes in Red Rock, from very easy hikes to hikes hardly anybody ever done before, because very few people were climbing these peaks. So that book detailed a lot of the peaks. And then I wrote a second book called Hiking Southern Nevada, which just expanded the first book and included Lake Mead. And that's a great thing about Las Vegas. We have 3 separate hiking areas that allows us to have year-round hiking. I don't think any other city allows you to do that because we have such a difference in elevation. Lake Mead is only 2,000 feet, and Mount Charleston goes up to almost 12,000 feet. So in the summer, when it's hot in the city, you can go up to Mount Charleston, and it's nice and cool. In the winter, when Charleston has a ton of snow, you can hike around Lake Mead, or if there's no snow in Red Rock, of course, in Red Rock Canyon. So we're very lucky that way. My hiking club is called the 52 Peak Club. I started it March of 2011, and initially it was just to get people out to climb the best 52 peaks around Las Vegas. So it runs year-round, since we have 3 different locations that you can hike around Las Vegas. But then, after a bit, members started emailing me, telling me that not only were they enjoying the hikes and getting in great shape, but a lot of people, because Vegas is kind of hard to make friends, they were saying, you know, I've made these great friends. So there's a whole social aspect. You know, when you're out with a group of people trying to do a common goal, and you're out there 4, 5, 6 hours, you really get to know people. So that's another really cool thing with the 52 Peak. That's what it's called. Yeah, safety is a major concern no matter where you hike. The rule of thumb is always hike with at least 4 people, and here's why. Let's say somebody gets hurt, you know, twist an ankle, break a leg, etc. One person can stay with them and 2 can go back for help. Now, nowadays with cell phones, some places you can get coverage, but you still want to hike in a group for safety reasons, and it's a lot more fun. The number one danger, I think, out here around Las Vegas is rockfall, especially up in Mount Charleston. So you got 5 or 6 people hiking, one person's ahead and they knock down a rock. Well, even a rock this big, if it hits you in the head, it's going to hurt. That's the real safety concern, I think. The weather, you know, especially in Red Rock, it's usually nice, except in the summer it's too hot. You should move up to Charleston to hike. You know, people ask about snakes. I've only seen 15 poisonous snakes in 15 years, so it's not a problem, and I've never heard of anybody being bitten, so don't worry about that. You know, hike in a group, avoid the excessive hot or cold. You know, bring plenty of water. You don't want to get dehydrated. You know, it's very hot in Vegas, and up in Mount Charleston, the higher elevations, dehydration can lead to problems. You know, carry a little more water, it'll get you in better shape, and you'll be safe.
Now we'll check in on Joanne Lucia at Interiors by Designers Studio to see how her student design challenge is coming.
Well, we're halfway home. Melissa, can you tell me a little bit about what you've done so far?
Okay, well, obviously we're working with the existing piece that we're going to have in the space.
Right.
And my goal was to mesh different styles because this is a little bit more modern. a modern piece, and just I wanted to get some old world stuff that would kind of blend well. That's with the major piece that I'm focusing on kind of going around is the green chair.
Okay.
And I found some interesting pieces, the coffee table and the side table, and obviously the lamp, that work well with it. And there's a couple of other things that are going to get switched around before we're done. So we'll
I
almost
think
be
for a
there
halfway
good.
point, I think you've done really well. What is nice for me to see is that you have some very good taste in what you selected. We are talking about some very, very important manufacturers here, so I know they'll be very happy to see it, and I'm very happy to see it.
Great, thank you.
It looks like we're halfway through the challenge. Perhaps you could give us a little bit of update, what to look forward to.
Okay, well, I started with the camel. It was the first thing I saw when I came in here, so I was really excited to use it. So I kind of just went with a safari, collected worldly look, so I tried to get a lot of textures and different prints to kind of go along with the statement piece of the camel. My biggest challenge was the sofa. It was it had to be in here, and just the color and the print on the pillows was going to be a challenge to try to match with the right colors and textures I was going for. So I kind of started loading it up with some pillows and gonna have some throws on it to kind of blend in a little bit more. And then the walls, they're just so dark that I needed to find something light enough art-wise to kind of lighten up the room, so that way it doesn't have such a statement, the red wall.
We will be looking forward to seeing you finish. If you'd like to have a little fun browsing the showroom, just stop by so we can help you create the right look for your home.
What's your favorite Las Vegas discovery? Follow us and tweet with us at Hometown D. When you see a beautifully framed photo of Red Rock, check the artist's name in the corner. It may be a masterpiece of local photographer Jim Decker.
I've lived in Las Vegas since 1978 and avid hiker, outdoor enthusiast, and got into photography about that time and started hiking out at Red Rock and realized that it's such a pretty area, especially the backcountry that most people don't see from the 13-mile loop. So that's kind of what my inspiration of photography out here was, to show people the beauty of Red Rock that you wouldn't even know is back there. Waterfalls, maidenhair fern's a real common plant here. And it is kind of difficult to shoot out here. This is a Toyo 4x5 film camera, and it's designed after cameras that are over a century old. And it's the purest form of photography out there. It's got a hole in the front and the film goes in the back. And it's completely manual. There's no automation about it, so everything is metered with a light meter to get your exposure and filters. And for people that are coming out here with their cameras, the best time to shoot is in the morning or late in the day in inclement weather. If it's raining, come out here. If you see it raining from Vegas and it's raining out here, come out here, sit in your car if you don't want to get wet. Of course, you don't want to get your camera wet. And when it stops, usually our desert rainstorms are short-lived. Get out of the car, you can find wet areas, you get some really nice reflections off the rocks when they're wet. The plants look great. Winter's a great time to shoot. I've spent a whole day out here hiking around with this camera in the snow. It was a blizzard that day, got some of my favorite shots. Maybe bring a small reflector if you're shooting plant life or something, have a friend hold it to help fill in the shadows. Or fill flash. You can find my frame photography of Red Rock. Right now it's at Interiors by Design studio, and I have a few pieces in there. The other work I have is on my website. Go to jimkdecker.com.
Now let's have a little fun with Michelle and her friend as they show us new ways to stay young and beautiful.
Hi, I'm Michelle, and I'm here today with Jana to show you some great new skin products. Today we're going to be talking about the Galvanic Spa. The galvanic machine has actually been around for 50 years. It's a device that naturally uses currents within your body to deliver products deeper into your skin. So Nu Skin has taken this galvanic current that is normally used in a professional setting like a spa or salon with a licensed esthetician and put it into a safe machine that you can use here in the home yourself. It automatically adjusts its current to your own skin type. So it is safe and effective for you. So first we're going to start by washing the face. We're also going to be introducing you some great Nu Skin facial wash, day moisturizer, night moisturizer, and serum products for your skin. So you just rub it into your face as you would any face wash and rinse it off. Next, we are going to apply our pre-treatment gel. Each box of gels comes with 4 sets of treatment gels. One is a pre-treat and the second is a treatment gel. So first we're going to start with the pre-treat gel. Now you don't want to rub this into your skin, you just simply want to pat it on like you're frosting a cake. Once we have applied the treatment gel, we're just going to simply tap the button on the back of the spa, put it on a level 1 since it's the first step, and it automatically sets to 2 minutes. Then we're just going to place it on the face, and the beep automatically adjusts itself to your own body current. We're just simply going to go up and down the face. This is just a simple 2-minute process, and then we'll move on to treating the skin with the treatment gel. Alright, so our next step is the treatment gel by Nu Skin, which actually has an ingredient called Age Lock. Now, no other product on the market has this patented technology. And again, we're going to just apply it to the face like you're frosting a cake. Not rubbing it in, but just patting it on. Okay, so after we've applied the treatment gel, we're going to push the galvanic spa button till it hits level 2. Now you just touch it to your skin and it automatically again sets itself to your galvanic currency. We're just moving up and down the skin, applying very little pressure to the face. And again, the galvanic current will help deliver these Age Lock products deep into the dermis of your skin. Okay, so this second step is 3 minutes long. The first step of the pre-treatment gel was 2 minutes long. So altogether, you're getting a spa treatment with the benefits of the Age Lock technology in 5 minutes in the comfort of your own home. To purchase these products or obtain more information, please go to the website www.andrusglobal.nscdreams.com.
Want more hometown discoveries? Check out our Facebook page and hit the like button. We'll be posting behind the scenes photos and comments that we want to share with you. Had a little too much sun? Listen up as our pharmacist Debbie Donaldson shares some cooling ideas with you.
If you have arrived at home and you discover that you have been sunburned, because surprisingly, you might not notice it while you're outside, but when you get inside, you see that you're all red. You start experiencing a lot of pain. Here's the best way to treat that. Aspirin, if you can take aspirin, or Tylenol is good for the pain, to start taking that. The trick to applying moisturizers or something to relieve that sunburn is you can get a product called lidocaine spray. That is a topical anesthetic. So especially if you have children, this is a good trick. Is you spray them with the lidocaine, which is going to numb the area. So then you're going to be able to take, I'd recommend aloe vera gel. It's probably the best sunburn medicine out there. It's not very expensive. You can rub that on and just apply it on. Now after a couple of days, you might start noticing some blistering. If blistering occurs, and it probably will, you should probably start an antibiotic in order to prevent infection. Again, you could use something like a topical antibiotic ointment. And now there are even available with the anesthetic included in there. So you can rub that on there to prevent the infection. Again, I should probably advise you to, if you think there is an infection there, you probably should check with your primary care physician just to let him know that you think there might be some infection there caused from the blistering. And then after, apply the antibiotic first, wait about 20 minutes, and then come back with a moisturizer. And a moisturizer will help start putting that moisture back into the skin that you have lost. And probably, you know, in about a week, you pretty much feel the difference, and it'll start healing up, and everything should be just fine. So, again, treatment is pretty cut dry. You know, you start out with the anesthetic to relieve the pain, and then follow up with a moisturizer. So, again, I always want to try to remind you, your health is priceless.
Does enjoying an income stream for the rest of your life seem like an elusive dream? Then you'll want to hear from our local wealth building expert, Richard Hanseen.
You know, I used to come out here more often than I do, and there's a couple of times that were absolutely stunning. I moved here in 1980, and it was probably about 1983 where the dam overflowed and the spillway got used, and it was a wet time. And you could come out to Red Rock Canyon in the spring, and the floor of the canyon was just a field, a carpet of wildflowers for all different colors, whites and yellows and golds, and it was just like you could walk on top of it. And that was a very beautiful time. Well, there's a coaching group called the Strategic Coach. It's done by Dan Sullivan. And I was a coaching student of his for 3 years. And through that process, the whole thing is trying to identify who you are and separate you or identify you as compared to everybody else. And so there'll be 50 people in a class, say they're all advisors of some kind. And when you go through the process, you'll end up defining out who you are, not who everybody else is. One of the biggest things that came up for me is, first of all, I'm a quick start, which means I'll say yes to anything, we'll figure it out later. Okay, that's one defining characteristic. And the other is compassion, and that's real high on my scoring levels, probably because of the situation my mother went through when my stepfather passed away and her financial affairs. You know, we talked a little bit about clarity, confidence, and comfort, and that is the that's what I call the process that we developed. And so we're trying to clarify for you what your financial objectives are, your goals and objectives. We're trying to develop strategies that will enable you to meet them. And if we are able to do all of that, you get to sleep at night, and that's called comfort. You know, I have a client who is a well-to-do client. And when we went through this process with her, what we came up with is that her goals and objectives are to maintain her family and live the lifestyle that she's tried to maintain, and she's also very involved in the community. So her goals and objectives are to maintain her family, stay involved in the community and be a value add to it, and do some travel and live a lifestyle that she's accustomed to. We found out that her dangers were she's spending too much money. And she needs to come to grips with the idea that a ratcheted down lifestyle for her still be a very, very, very nice lifestyle. But we cannot continue to give away the principle that we use to earn interest to take care of a lifestyle. The other thing that was very important is her health wasn't quite what she wanted. So that danger was running out of money, and our health is not good. If my health gets worse, no matter how much money I have, I'm not going to be able to enjoy that lifestyle. So as we went through that, the opportunities she has are to stay in the community, to continue to work with her physicians and her personal trainer to increase her health, increase her monetary wealth, and continue to maintain her position in the community. All of those things together give her put a smile on her face and make her very comfortable. As far as financial planning is concerned, you really need to get with someone, and you're welcome to call me. My first visit is free, to sit down and discuss the possibilities of working with someone to help you with your financial plan. I kind of view the process like dating. we have the first date and we decide if we want to go out on the second date. So it can be a little stressful in the beginning, or it can lead to something that's more valuable into the second meeting. Again, there's no charge for that. I'd love to meet anyone who's interested in protecting their financial future, and we can have a discussion with absolutely no expectations on my part.
Coming up next, Linda Ward, president of Red Rock Mortgage, with some great ideas for reducing your monthly mortgage payment.
Hi, I'm Linda Ward with Red Rock Mortgage. It's great to be out here today on location at Red Rock Canyon. This was the inspiration for the name of my company, Red Rock Mortgage. You know, Red Rock Mortgage, just like Red Rock Canyon, offers so many opportunities and options. Red Rock Canyon has a lot of outdoor activities. Red Rock Mortgage offers lots of financing options. You know, I've often been asked, why would someone use a mortgage broker versus going to their bank for their mortgage loan? My response has always been that when you apply at your bank, you only get their programs, their rates, their terms, and just whatever the bank has to offer. Whereas when you go with a mortgage broker, the mortgage broker can give you options, different rates, different programs, because we deal with so many different banks. That's why I'm so excited to be a guest speaker for Hometown Discoveries, because I can reach out and I can tell the community what it's like to work with a mortgage broker versus your bank. Every week I will be on Hometown Discoveries, and I really look forward to bringing you new loan programs that can help you or your family with your purchase or your refinance. The latest loan program is the HARP 2.0 refinance. Here are a few of the guidelines. You have to have had your loan prior to April of 2009. The loan has to be a Fannie Mae or a Freddie Mac loan. You have to be current on all of your mortgage payments. And you have to be underwater. I'm truly amazed at how many people I have been able to help save so much on their monthly mortgage payment. Give me a call. We'll walk you through to see if you have a Fannie Mae or a Freddie Mac loan. Just give my office a call. You'll reach me or my assistant Charlene. My office number is 320-9595.
Here's more from Red Rock Canyon Park Ranger, Kathy August.
We're back with Kathy August, Recreation Director at Red Rock Canyon Park. Hi, Kathy.
Hi, how are you?
Good. It's good to be back with you here today.
It sure is.
We had so many great things to talk about yesterday, and you're just a wealth of information.
A lot that happens out here.
There sure is. So let's remind our audience what exactly your job title is and what you do here at Red Rock Canyon.
Well, as an outdoor recreation planner, I help with a lot of the commercial entities that come out here and special events and filming.
That's great.
Yeah,
and
it's great.
You had some stories about wildlife out here. And in fact, we had seen some of our favorite Mojave Max, the desert tortoise.
Yeah.
But you had a wonderful story. What did you want to tell us about the desert tortoise and what people can do?
Well, actually, our desert tortoise is a threatened species under the Endangered Species Act. However, you can adopt desert tortoise, which is an unusual thing to have a threatened species that you're able to adopt. But we have an issue with so many tortoises and not enough space for them because they do need quite a lot of space. But besides the wild horses and burros that are here, you can also adopt wild tortoises. You do need to get in contact with our main office to do that, but if you'd like to, have those available.
So Red Rock also has a uniqueness about it that it attracts a lot of film crews and
sure
commercials, and as you were saying.
Yeah.
So are there special permits required?
Yes. You should really try to contact us at least a week or more in advance of the filming. Most of the major films will contact us months in advance and do a lot of location scouting to make sure that the scenery is exactly where they want it to and so forth. But we've handled quite a lot of major motion pictures down to small films.
So what are some of those films can you share with us that have?
Well, some of the historic ones are Stalking Moon with Gregory Peck, which was done in Pine Creek. It's I actually have a copy myself. It's a pretty interesting movie.
Were you here when they filmed
No, that was done back in the 1950s, I believe. So I was not even born, I think. But Electric
won't make you do math.
No. Electric Horseman, also with Robert Redford, was done here in Calico Basin. I do remember seeing that.
Did you get to meet Robert Redford?
No, I wasn't here.
Darn.
That was in the 60s.
Darn.
Yeah, but more recently we've had Miss Congeniality 2 was filmed out here, Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, Leaving Las Vegas, The Hangover had some shots in this area. So we continue to have a lot of major productions here, a lot of series that have been done here, including Man vs. Wild and The Sister Wives.
Now, I've been here 20 years, and I remember coming to the Visitor Center, but I haven't been since it's been remodeled. And I think that it's a lovely place to bring your kids.
You bet.
And they can really learn about.
Yeah, the new Visitor Center, which has only been open about 2 years, is built for exploration, so that you can come out and see and interact with different types of activities and displays. We have some desert tortoise for people to see if you're out during the right time of day and the right time of year. And just the great vistas from the Visitor Center itself lend itself to just an enjoyable location.
Thank you for sharing that with us. I really appreciate all of that information. There's just so much, and I hope that you'll come back and visit us here. Do you have any parting words for us?
Well, enjoy yourself safely. Realize that once you're out here, cell phone service is not necessarily the best, but you can really have a good, enjoyable time if you make sure people know where you are. And give us a call. We'd love to answer any question you have.
Thank you, Kathy. Thanks for joining us here today.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us this weekend at Red Rock Canyon National Park. If I look like I'm melting today, we have just spent the day filming out here on the hottest day of the year. I think it hit 115 degrees today. You're seeing this a couple of weeks later. Hopefully you'll get out and enjoy the beautiful park and the canyon. And while we were here, I found a few things in the gift shop I want to tell you about. This band, you get it wet and it keeps your neck cool, which cools down your whole body, and trust me, it works. It has worked today. And of course, when I was in the gift shop, I found a rock, and on the rock is carved a rabbit. And I feel like this is my lucky rock because I have a pet rabbit. And the rabbits stand for watchfulness, which you heard from several of our guests today, that it's good to enjoy this beautiful, beautiful park, but be watchful and be careful and be safe. And we'll see you next week on Hometown Discoveries Las Vegas.